Okay, very quick video, hopefully very quick. I'm back on CRM 114 yet again. Just some more information on it. This would have been great if I'd thought about this myself in the last video, but I didn't think about it. This has actually come from David Brown from the comments section in 88 Finiston Porus's video on the CMR 114. Oh, that was a mouthful. Okay. What I want to say, I was looking at this phonetically as Merck. Okay, MRC as Merck. There was a few other connotations there as well, but that's what I was stuck on, was the merchant system here. Well, anyway, David Brown points out to me that that's also could be Mark, right? as soon as he's put that, I'm like, oh lordy lord, that makes this make a whole bunch more sense, and I'm going to explain why. Because, well, Mark being the mark of the beast, everybody knows 666 is the mark. Okay, so the mark, so 666, and this was the calculation I was doing in that last video, was 666 minus 411. And the reason why I was picking out 666 is because I believe in the it just links into the dollar bill. If you've watched my dollar bill decode stuff, I've used the 666 in there as well, and it gets us back to November the 5th within the dollar bill decode. Okay, so I decided in that last video to do the 666 minus 114 and minus 411. And of course, as soon as I saw 255, I knew straight away that 255 days from November the 5th is the 187, is the 18th of July. Okay, so what's making more sense about this now, having this as Mark, because this is CMR in reverse, is the whole Kubrick thing with the red rum. The murder day is backwards. Okay, the code for murder is backwards here. Okay, so the code for 187 is backwards. Okay, so let's read this code backwards as well, and we can do 411 minus 666 if we do it in reverse, and it will just come out at negative 255 instead of a positive 255. So still getting the same number here. Okay, if we did it completely correctly in reverse. So we had the 411 first, and then the minus MRC, minus the mark. So I don't know. Very interesting. Thought it was worth a video. I mean, that is, to me, I mean, it's a sort of a wow thing. And thanks again to David Brown for pointing that one out. So while I'm here, and because I didn't do this in the last video, I thought I'd just slap this in here as well. Let's look at the old chart of Lorraine. Now, this is going to lose some people that don't know what the hell I'm on about, but I call this the double cross of Lorraine chart, yeah, because there's a row of numbers here, and we got to, like, two crosses go, you know, we make two crosses through here. And what's interesting about this is, and that looks like, by the way, that looks like the cross of Lorraine. Okay, the two crosses, like a double crucifix type cross. Okay, these are all balancing numbers made from Fibonacci type numbers, so they all tend towards the golden ratio. Yeah, and that's all I want to say about that. Is that what seems to be happening with these numbers is they seem to show up around significant events that happen. Okay, and we can do a little bit of reduction on some of these numbers as well to get to certain other numbers, but for the most part, just reading them as they are, it pretty much says it all. Now, here we go. Here's a an inverse of that number we were just looking at, the 255. Now this is an inverse number here, and you'll see these inverse numbers pop up, because here's a 144, and down here we've got a 411. Okay, there we go. That's that number we've just minused off of we just minused that from the 666, and we've got to we got to 255, and here's the number for the eve of 255, which was 9/11, the 254th day of the year, right here. Okay, so you'll see that this table has some super interesting. This is, to me, this is, I mean, the more I look at this thing, the more stuff I find amazing about it. Again, here's our 55 and our 88. This is totals for these two columns. And these numbers, of course, are popping up in Back to the Future. And again, the 155 here that's in the dollar bill, go watch my dollar bill decodes. This 155 here, so we're just going to take one of these ones from the 11 here. This 155 goes with this, take the other one and go down with this 14 now, and here we have the CMR 114. Okay, not only do we have it here, but we also have it here. Okay, and it's balanced with that number there, the 155. So what's interesting about that is those codes in the dollar bill. This is why, this is kind of why I put the 666 in there, because, you know, I already kind of know that these are balancing one another, or they're opposite one another, or they're at least something to do with one another. Okay, across here. So, so November the 5th is right here as well, in with this bunch of numbers. So this November the 5th, and if we go from November the 5th, 100 days, yeah, 100 pennies in the dollar bill, it takes us to this 213 number right here, the 13th of February. And then if we go another 155 days, right, that takes us to the 187 right here. 187, or even 187 right here. Yeah, we'll just get rid of these ones out the middle here, but 187 right here, which I believe this is also 9/11 right here as well. Okay, and 9/11 is obviously echoed opposite 187 here in this diagonal line. So the numbers in here are absolutely interesting, you know. And the 18th of July happens to be the 199th day of the year right here, which happens to coincide with the 254th day of the year right here. Well, 9/11 right here. So these two dates, you know, are together here in the table as well, along with this 411 CMR 114 reversed thing here as well. And to top it off, well, we're not going, you know, of course, we're not going to get to 666 because this is the 254. But how this table is constructed, of course, you're adding 411 to this previous number to get your next number. Okay, so we're going to get to 665 here for the, if we had a 13th column here, this would be 665. So again, super interesting stuff going on with the double cross of Lorraine chart here. You know, to come up, you know, I mean, this is just, I mean, it blows my mind that this stuff is, you know, being shown to me like this, you know, because this is all just stuff that I come up with. I mean, this isn't like I'm not in the Illuminati or anything. This is just me messing around with a pencil and paper, all because I, you know, originally coming across Lucas numbers and seeing this in Lucas numbers, yeah, seeing this in Lucas numbers, actually, this 711, and thinking there was something to it. It's just, you know, it's absolutely crazy, really. But that's it. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say, really. I just wanted to highlight some of this stuff in here as well, so that people knew why, why 255 was super interesting to do with the CRM 114, because of this 100 days that's encoded in the dollar bill as well. Okay, and that is encoded in there. So, and you have to go watch my video on that for explanation on that. But anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you on the next one. All right, cheers, bye.